Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Xbox Live Party Podcast UK. I am your host, ReddersTV, and tonight this is episode 17, which is a little bit different. We're just going to have maybe an hour and a half, where we just talk about what we want to see from the Xbox E3 showcase and all the other showcases that's coming up this week. So we're not going to fuck around tonight. We're just going to get into it. So what have you guys been up to? What have you been playing? Ash, you go first.
This week I have been playing The Journey Down, Chapter 1, 2 and 3. They're the ones I've been mainly working on at the moment. They're sort of like point-and-click adventure games with like an Afro-Caribbean sort of style to them and sort of setting. I've finished the first two. I'm about halfway through the third one. And other than that, I played a bit of Halo with Fabio. We were 3/4 of the way through a level on Legendary on Halo 2, and then it decided to kick us out, which is really annoying. Really, really annoying. They need to sort the servers out. And other than that, I've been playing Valhalla still. I'm literally slowly plodding through all of the DLC and the achievements and stuff like that, just bit by bit, every day, day by day, working through it. But other than that, and I played World War II online, was a couple of days ago. On a stream, and it was bloody hilarious. I was absolutely terrible. I streamed for 2 hours and got 1 kill. It's amazing.
That is bad.
It's a weird game though. It's not like a normal FPS. It's like a persistent online world. It's like 300,000 kilometers the map, like all one world, and you sort of drop in at different areas with different sort of platoons to do certain like objectives and stuff. And you could be like, they take it super serious. It's like they play it like Armor and stuff like that, where they're all giving each other proper orders and stuff, and they're all going in well. And there's me, like first time playing, running around, not knowing what I'm doing and stuff. But I had a laugh, and I'll be streaming it again tomorrow. I've got one more stream to do on it, so I'll be playing it again tomorrow. But yeah, other than that, I've not had a huge amount of variety in my games. It's mainly just been the same sort of. I've been wanting to get those Journey Downs completed for ages, so I thought I'll sit, and I've been doing like one a day basically. And that's about it. Nothing exciting.
That's fair, no worries. Jenna, what have you been playing?
So I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but I've been playing a bit of Fortnite recently.
Oh god, yeah, he never fucking shuts up about it.
Did the end of season event. That was good fun. I'm back. Yeah, it's ever since they brought out that no build mode. It's actually a really good game because I used to hate it.
You know what? I've actually been meaning to go and play it now they've taken build out, because that was the one thing that put me off about it. So yeah, maybe I will go back and give it a go, or at least jump in a game with you. But
you can come in with me, and then you can complain the whole stream about how much you hate it.
That's the date. Let's do it.
I played Sniper Elite. Well, Sniper Elite, isn't it? The new one, number 5.
Oh yeah, number 5. How is it?
Played an hour or so with that, run around machine gunning people and not being very stealthy, and died a few times. So yeah, it's quite good. Enjoyed that. Bit of Halo and golf with friends. I jumped back on that the other night as well.
Nice.
Just because it's fun when you're drunk and it's early hours of the morning. Nice and easy to chuck on. That's about it for me. Quiet we got. And Jurassic Park, that one we build.
Oh, Evolution.
Yeah, I just keep building
You played the
T-Rexes
second
and
one?
let them out on people. So yeah, it's fun.
Fair dues. Wilmy, it's awesome to have you here, man. I know the time difference is a bit difficult, but yeah, really appreciate you being here. What have you been playing this week?
Oh, Evil Dead. Even though it's glitchy and buggy, I can't quit playing it.
Oh, it's good fun, isn't it?
Just because I'm a huge fan of the movies. And Sniper Elite 5, I finished it the other day.
Nice.
And the game, it's not bad. It looks really good, but some of those controls, oh my god.
How's
They're terrible.
How's the frame rate in the new one?
I never had any issues.
Oh, nice.
But my problem with that game is if you're hunkered down, you're trying to bandage yourself or heal yourself. If you're near a body, it will automatically booby trap the body.
Yeah.
There's a few bugs and minor annoyances with it, but it was fun overall. Even though I did do stealth, I didn't go through with a machine gun trying to shoot everybody. And it was interesting. I shot Hitler in the nuts.
I remember playing Sniper Elite 4 on the 360, not 360, what was it called? The Xbox One when that came out. My god, the frame rate was fucking horrendous. I couldn't play it. And then I remember playing it when the 60 FPS boost came out. It's a completely different game, so I might give Sniper Elite 5 a go.
Oh, it's definitely worth it. And plus, it's on Game Pass. Are we allowed to say Game Pass?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Okay,
We love Game Pass.
Well, I know some people get offended if you mention the word. You know?
Oh, fucking hell. Those people. So I haven't really been playing much this week. I played Festival Tycoon. Was it last night? That was a fun little game.
Yeah, last night, mate.
Played that for a few hours. What else have I been playing? Oh, Smite. Back playing Smite. Because why not? Played a bit of Evil Dead. That's about it really for me. I haven't really had a lot to play. Well, I have had a lot to play. I just haven't wanted to play any of it. It's been a bit of a busy week. So yeah, I haven't really been playing much. But fair enough. So we don't really have any.
Adulting sucks.
Yeah, it certainly does. So we don't really have any like set topics for tonight. We just want to talk about E3 and the Summer Game Fest and all that fun and games. So what do you guys want to see out the next week?
Games. The end.
Cool. Thanks for tuning in, everyone.
That's
This has been
I just want to see some games. I don't really care who they come from or what platform they're on. I just want something different and new.
yeah.
Kind of tired of playing, exact carbon copies of games I played 2 years ago. And I'm really tired of buggy ass games too. I don't know about everybody else.
Oh, I can't stand it. Yeah, I can't stand that release now, patch later mentality. I want games to come out ready.
Yeah, it's 2022. I mean, come on, we got the technology. We can make a game, half-ass decent on release, right?
Yeah, you'd think.
Especially when games now are launching as live services, so they want to keep people hooked. But when you launch a game broken, nobody sticks around.
I
Exactly.
think that's like the biggest problem with live service games. And to be fair, games that are heavily focused on multiplayer anyway, you get one shot to get that shit right. If you can't get it right on launch, no one's going to go back to it. No one's going to go back and play it. It has to be ready on launch. And it seems like a lot of developers are dropping the ball on that. You know what I mean?
You like that amazing game Babylon Fall? I think it's the one that came out on PlayStation. I think I read something the other day. There were actually 2 players that were still playing that game now.
Yeah, on Steam, the Steam numbers, it was like 2.
2 players.
Yeah.
Ouch. Oh, actually, there's another game I've been playing this week, which is fucking hilarious, and you've got to play
He's
it.
the second player.
Yeah. I've been playing Chivalry 2, which is just absolutely comical. I didn't even know what it was about. I just saw it cheap. I thought I'd get that. But it's basically Battlefield, but in medieval times. And it's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So I've been running around fucking dismembering people. It's been great. Yeah. So I just thought I'd get that in there.
Do you know what I saw today and I'm really disappointed about?
What's that?
Limited Run have started doing Xbox games, haven't they? Which is awesome. They've finally started doing them for Xbox. They haven't done it ever before. They've just announced a load. But they have announced that they're doing a Bill and Ted retro collection.
Oh, wow.
With retro Bill and Ted games, but it's not coming to Xbox. It's just PS4, PS5 and Switch. And I'm gutted. I would be all over that. I'm hoping that maybe it comes to Xbox digitally only.
Maybe it's tied.
But I don't know. It sounds amazing. I love Bill and Ted. I've never played any of the games.
I haven't either, and I'm a huge fan of the movies.
Yeah, so I'm going to Google that while we're here and find out. Bill and Ted retro collection.
So am I right in saying that there's 4 showcases this week, or just 2? Is it Big Summer Games Fest?
Whoa, Matt, there's so many. So there's Summer Games Fest. There's the Devolver Showcase. There's Day of the Devs, should I say, which is technically part of Summer Games Fest. There's Netflix have got their gaming show this weekend. There's the Tribeca Games Spotlight. There's Gorilla Collective Showcase, Wholesome Direct, Future of Play Direct, Future Game Show, Xbox and Bethesda, PC Gaming Show, Capcom Showcase, and then the Xbox Game Showcase Extended. And I think there's one more that isn't on that list as well. There are tons.
That's what happens when you don't have E3, when you don't have it all under one banner and you allow these people to go mad. Everyone wants to do one to fill the gap.
Yeah, right.
And I've got one you forgot. It's called Work, and that's what I'm going to be watching.
Yeah.
How many of those are you streaming, Ash?
I'm doing the Keighley one. I'm doing the Summer Games Fest. May do Day of the Devs afterwards. Depends on how long it goes and a lot of the day of the dev stuff, there's a lot more talking and sort of playing along and stuff, so it's not the best thing to stream. I'm doing the Capcom show on the Monday. We're doing a group stream of the Xbox show on Sunday, and I may do the Devolver show and maybe another. I don't know yet. It depends if I can fit it in around live, but I'm happy to do them if I'm available. So just let me know, guys.
Yeah, no worries.
Hopefully they're all as long as the Sonic one earlier today. That was 15 minutes. That was
15
fantastic.
minutes.
I spent longer in the pre-show than I did on the actual show itself, and it was a bomb of a show. Like they were like, "Here's a quick look," and I mean, if you blinked, you missed it. It was terrible.
I don't like what they've shown off. I don't like what they've shown off of Frontiers. I just think it looks pants. It looks like Final Fantasy, but with Sonic.
Yeah, it's not a Sonic game, is it?
Yeah. Doesn't really do anything for me.
They did show off a nice new controller and controller holder, though. So, I mean, that was worth 15 minutes, wasn't it?
You don't need a game. Here, have another controller.
Yeah.
Yeah, a controller and a controller holder. Oh, they did announce, though, we'll laugh about this because this is an Xbox sort of focused podcast. They announced like there's a special Roblox sort of tie-in coming, which looked actually really cool, like a Sonic tie-in for Roblox, which technically means it is a Xbox exclusive, console exclusive, because Roblox isn't on PlayStation right now or Switch, which is funny. But that thing for Roblox looks better than Frontiers, and I'll put my hands up and say that, and I'll fight anyone who disagrees, because it looked bright-coloured, fast, fun. There was all of it, and I missed the rest of them.
Yeah,
so
Frontiers is a bit of a weird one for me. Like, I don't really get it. Like, Sonic for me, I feel like he's always done better in a 2D environment. I just find it difficult when he goes to 3D environments. And then when you combine that with the fact that it looks like Final Fantasy, I'm having a hard time with it. And I want to like it, but I just can't. So yeah, there's that.
Yeah, it just doesn't look right. Like you said, the one on the Dreamcast, the first one they did, that was okay in 3D, but it had moments where that avalanche was chasing you down a hill, and if you kind of turned your snowboard to stop, the avalanche would stop behind you.
Yeah, it wasn't a good one.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I like the little things you got. What are they called? Chows.
Number 2. I like number 2. I never played it on the Dreamcast. I played it on the GameCube, like the updated version, with like they fixed some of the graphics and stuff. But you basically just raised them and you were racing them and you were like whacking them to go faster and stuff. That was the best bit of the game. Not the Sonic gameplay. The chow raising. They should make that into its own thing. It was like having those little pets, wasn't it? What they called?
I got very addicted. You'd put certain attributes to make them faster in water or land. Country races, and you need a bit of each on there. Yeah, I got really addicted. That was the best part of the game. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, you had to like hug them at certain times of the day and stuff to make them super happy, and then they would give you the best like egg and stuff. Oh, it was amazing. It was like playing like Pokemon and Monster Rancher and Digimon and stuff. It were great.
I love gaming, but I don't want a fucking pet like that's tied to gaming.
Whoa! Have you never played a game like that?
I had a Tamagotchi when I was a kid, but even that.
Yes, that's what it was. It was like Tamagotchi, but with Sonic. It was great. And you could put them onto your memory card and take them to someone else's house and race them with your friend. And like they'd fight as well. It wasn't just races; they did like fights and stuff. It was great.
Yeah, I've already got a 90-pound pit bull. Yeah, I'm just, and she'll fight. I guess if I took her to another dog or something, but yeah, I can't do the digital pet thing.
I ain't got time for it.
It's just weird to me.
Yeah. So what? Other than the obviously the other. Fuck me, I can't even get my words out. Obviously, like the Xbox one and the Bethesda one's like the big one that everyone's looking forward to. But what are you guys looking forward to that isn't the Xbox Bethesda showcase? Are you looking forward to the Keighley show? Or?
No, I'll watch it, but it's just going to be full of adverts. And then if Kojima's there, Keighley is going to look like Randy in that South Park episode where he gets covered by the ectoplasm. It's just going to like have a cum explosion. And the fact that he literally came out and said temper your expectations. It's majority already announced games. They're just showing like deeper dives. That sounds a bit boring. And they're charging people to watch that at cinemas this time.
Yeah, I remember
You're paying to watch trailers of games you already know about. I mean,
I won't understand why anybody would want to go to the cinema to watch that, but you can watch it online for free in your comfort of your own house.
If there was only a website or something where you could watch videos like that for free,
Yeah.
and then you could do like podcasts and shit on that service. I mean, just all kinds of different things.
You know, though, if we got asked to, like, do you want to put your podcast in cinemas and charge people, and they'd actually come, I'd be like, yeah, let's do it. I don't blame him, but I wouldn't. But personally, I could think of better things to spend an hour and a half doing in a cinema than watching Jeff Keighley's show. So I'm not.
People pay for OnlyFans when Pornhub exists.
This is true.
Exactly.
That is true. There's always people out there. I mean, so. But for me, I'll watch it. There will be good stuff there. Outside of the Xbox showcase, that will have the biggest announcements. And the Capcom one will probably have some. It'll probably be just more about what they've already shown. I assume it'll be like an extended look at Resi 4 and all that other stuff. I'm mainly looking forward to the Wholesome Direct because that's just going to be full of cool indie games for me personally.
You,
and the Devolver one.
We're going to get a GTA 6 announcement this week. I can feel it. It's coming. It's going to happen. I can feel it.
At the Wholesome Direct?
Yeah, it's coming. I bet you anything we're going to get one. I'll tell you what, it'd be fucking hilarious. I've argued with people with this but on Twitter, but it'd be fucking hilarious if Rockstar announced that GTA 6 is coming to Xbox Game Pass day one.
It won't, but it'd be funny.
I know, but even like if you think about it, right, even if it's only for the first 3 months.
You say that though,
massive
but do you remember when they announced the new GTA 5 Ultra Mega Next Gen version? That was it was free on PlayStation 5, wasn't it, or something?
Yeah.
For a couple of months, you got to play it free, but then you had to pay for it afterwards. It was a very weird thing they did there.
They charged Xbox more as well, didn't they, to upgrade?
Yeah.
Maybe that's why. Because Xbox were getting GTA 6. I tell you, man, it's coming. I can feel it. Because they've been saying for ages we're going to get a big announcement soon. There's been
it's going to be Red Dead Online getting its online service shut down or something because they don't give a shit about Red Dead. That's it.
Massive announcement. We're shutting down the Red Dead 2 servers.
Yeah, we're closing Red Dead 2 servers down so we can focus on new GTA Online expansion packs.
To pull live support.
Yeah, we're now converting those servers into GTA 5. We're going to put GTA. We're going to convert the Red Dead Online 2 game servers into a playable arcade machine in GTA 5 Online, and you've got to pay with real money to play it with your shark cards and shit. That's what they're going to do because. That's take two for you.
Well, hopefully they don't hear this because you just probably gave them an idea.
Whacking that cow to death
with like a fat kid on a cupcake. They're gonna be all over that.
Like that kid on Matilda with that chocolate cake.
Yeah.
Oh.
Never give them ideas on how they can monetize because they will fucking do it. But yeah, I reckon we'll get one.
The funny part, coming. The guy from Take Two doesn't like Game Pass at all. What's his name? Strauss?
Oh, I don't know.
Something Strauss? He's always talking trash about Game Pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll happen, though.
He praised it when they put GTA on and they give him bags of money and the user base went through the roof. And then since he's like, no, I can see what he said because he said it wouldn't work for their games. Like they wouldn't launch GTA 6 or GTA 5 at launch. Wouldn't make sense. And he's right because everyone's going to buy that game for 70 quid or 80 quid.
I disagree, though.
Everyone will buy it.
I disagree.
Unless Microsoft's giving you more money, bearing in mind it's sort of like, what is it, 100 odd million copies now?
Yeah, and it sold so much in the first week, wasn't it? Like it was like the biggest game ever in the first couple of days, like by hundreds of thousands or some stupid, like hundreds of millions.
I believe it's sold
billions of pounds. Unless Microsoft's giving you a few more billion on top to put it in Game Pass, it makes no sense. You might as well release a full price one.
You've got to think, right? Like GTA 5 didn't launch with a multiplayer. And it made, $1 billion within its first week of being on sale. That's for both platforms. So what if, because like they probably aren't going to launch GTA 6 online straight away, what if they give it to Game Pass before they activate the online, and then like activate the online like a month or two down the road, and then by that point, the Game Pass membership's gone. You know what I mean? Like
I don't see it. They would only put it in if it had online, because that's where they're going to make the money from all of the crazy stuff.
Transactions and the shark cards and.
But
The dead hooker shirts.
Maybe it's maybe it's just to reel him in and then get him to keep playing.
No,
You know what
I think you're way off.
I don't know.
But you keep dreaming, mate. You keep dreaming, and if it comes
Here's
true,
the thing, right?
fair play to you.
Microsoft have been swinging that big money dick around. Activision, fucking Bethesda, they're not afraid to drop a few billion if it means securing something for Game Pass.
I know, but we've not really ate that well on Game Pass in terms of like big releases in a long time. Like
True.
They've got a lot of new additions, but none of them have been like expense. Like they've probably not spent half of what people expect them to spend on the games they've been getting on, and they've not been sort of like must-have like brand new releases and stuff like that. So I don't see it. I'd like it. I wouldn't say no. I'd definitely play it then, because I refuse to buy another GTA game because they're just taking the piss out of us.
Oh, mate,
I haven't played. I have not liked GTA since. Oh God, 3, 2.
GTA is one of those franchises where I'll go back to it multiple times, regardless of whether I've got all the achievements or not, and that's saying something because I don't. Usually, if I get all the achievements, the game's dead to me. But then,
Vice City was the last one for me.
GTA.
Vice City is the best. I agree with Thimber in chat though. Thimber says he sees more Saints Row reboot on Game Pass, and I 100% see that because that game does look great, but it got a lot of shit when it first got released. Like they showed it off, and two, they've worked with that developer before on Game Pass for other. They've put other stuff on. So, and isn't it THQ?
No, it's
or something like that. Deep Silver. Well, Deep Silver have done stuff in the past as well with them, so I could see it definitely. I could see that going onto Game Pass, shadow dropping sort of day one as well, because they're not going to announce it in advance. That's one thing with GTA. They wouldn't announce it in advance because all those people would not pre-order it then. They drop it on the day because then people forget, and then they can laugh at you.
This is true.
They do that with the big ones. Planet Coaster wasn't announced till the night before, and I just managed to cancel my pre-order in time.
Yeah, I went to buy that, and then I noticed on the day it was on Game Pass, and I was like, save me. I bought a different game instead that day. Especially around the launch of the consoles, you've only got so much to spend, so...
No, that's fair. So what else do you guys want to see?
I want to see Microsoft use their IP and come out with either a kart racer or one of those brawler games that everyone's doing at the moment. They've got so many characters. They just don't. But they just don't utilize them. Like my kids would love that. They'd be all over it, and get them involved in gaming more. Whereas like Nintendo does it, Sega does it with all their characters. You've even got Warner Brothers doing it now, which is a bit weird, but it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, and they're putting Godzilla in with Scooby-Doo in a fighting game. Like, anything's possible nowadays. If you can have Scooby-Doo beat up Godzilla, who will then beat up one of the Game of Thrones characters, I mean, why would you not want to play that game?
I'd like to see one with politicians. That'd be interesting.
That'd be amazing. Oh, while we're talking about fighting games, though, the Nickelodeon fighting game has just got added a free update where it adds voice acting to all the roster, which is awesome because that was my main complaint was none of the characters talked, which when you've got a game about classic cartoon characters, you want to hear them quip the one-liners and stuff. They've added it in. A lot of the original voice actors are back, but they have recast some of them with new people, which is absolutely awesome. I haven't played it yet, but I'm going to jump on and try it now. They've all got like real voices, which sounds ace.
Which is the one with Rick and Morty? Is that Multiverse?
Rick and Morty are rumored to be in multiverses. Yeah, multiverses.
Yeah, I'll play that one because I love Rick and Morty. It's one of my favorite shows. But
they've also added items in as well, which is cool. So I'm looking forward to that.
There's rumors we're going to get a Doom sequel, but I just think it's too soon for Doom. I think we're more likely to get a Wolfenstein.
It's going to be Master Chief and Doom Guy because Halo Infinite's on its arse. No one cares. So let's stick him in Doom and have a buddy co-op sci-fi hell shooter where the Covenant and the Demon Spawn work together, and it's Master Chief and Doom Guy. That'd be ace. I'd play that shit. They've both got grappling hooks now, so they can. Hey, Master Chief can be in it. How awesome would that be? And I bet it would look absolutely amazing done by id Tech because they're like graphics, just the way they do their graphics look amazing. And I like Doom. I don't enjoy it like as much as other games because the story is pretty much non-existent. It's just like shoot the big monsters.
There's a good story in it now. The last two's had quite a good story.
Does it like play out like a story? Because every time I seem to play, it's just like there's a story in the background, but it's just kill the demons.
Yeah.
It's not like Halo where there's like cutscenes every like 5 minutes and
It is very
story
much like a
and
shooting
stuff.
gallery, yeah.
Yeah, I'd
Just
like
go
to
through
see a
and kill
Halo like
everything.
that. Yeah. I'd like to see a Quake arena game.
Quake, yeah.
Because
Or
like
Unreal
we haven't
Tournament.
got like Unreal Tournament or Quake or because there's a Quake arena online that's free to play, like with like classic Quake maps updated and everything.
Yeah.
Why is that out on Xbox? Even just porting that over would be nice.
I think here's an idea. Fucking remake Unreal Tournament, put Doom
Yes.
Guy and Master Chief in it. Fucking settle it once and
Yeah.
for all.
I love
who's
the Unreal
king?
Tournament.
Mate, Unreal Tournament was one of the first games I started playing on multiplayer. Oh my god, it was just insane. It's so fast paced. I struggled to keep up with it.
Imagine though, like an arena shooter like that, but with all the Xbox IPs in, because there's loads of shooters and stuff, and you could even put the other characters in. Like you could have like Fable characters, but they're like more like obviously they've been up-res to like and a bit more beefy and stuff to fit in that sort of scenario. But it'd be ace just with the shooters alone. They've got loads. You could put the Killer Instinct characters in and stuff. Yeah, it'd be mad.
I think
What they
Tim was
need
right. I
is a
think
game where it's like an island and there's 100 of you drop in and it's all people with different IPs and then there's last person.
And instead of having
super
cars and stuff, you can have
cartoony.
little ghosts and stuff and like Forza cars around and stuff. Amazing. So and maybe this like it gets smaller and smaller, so the action stays on it instead of it like
like a
spread out.
gas cloud. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, like a gas cloud or something like that. It'd be amazing.
Maybe you build defenses if people start shooting at you, or have a mode where you can't because people might not like that. You know,
Yeah, and at the end you get like a winner bacon sandwich.
Yeah.
So
I feel like
something nice and original.
I feel like Ginna's like shamelessly trying to plug Fortnite here. Ginna is never going to be popular within this crowd. I think Thimber's right. I think Unreal Tournament is epic.
I don't want to.
It is epic, but it plays pretty much exactly the same as Quake. So stick that in the Quake engine. Quake is awesome. Modern Quake is anyway, like later editions of Quake. Do that; it'll be great.
I want to see some new
I would be down
IPs.
for that.
I want to see some new IPs get shown off. I don't want it to be like. Don't get me wrong. I loved last year's Xbox showcase, but I don't want it to be a showcase full of CGI trailers, games that are miles off. I want to see some gameplay. I want to see some Fable. Yeah, I want to see some fucking new IPs. I don't want to see sequels to stuff. Do you know what I mean?
I want to see
I
Indiana
agree.
Jones getting his whip out. That's what I want to see.
But even that might not even be exclusive. They're saying that might come.
I don't care. It's going to be on Game Pass Day. I do not care
This
about
is true.
exclusives. As long as the console I'm playing on sells, so they keep making it, I'm happy. Like it doesn't bother me if Xbox is first, second, or third, as long as they're selling as well as they need to keep making games. I mean, I prefer when everything's on everything. Like I absolutely hate that there's like a handful of games I want to play that I have to buy another expensive couple of £100 plastic box to play, or I have to upgrade a computer to be able to keep up with them. And I don't want to. I'd rather they were on everything. I'd rather every single person had a subscription system like Game Pass that I could then put, like, I can get my Nintendo Online on my Xbox and get my PlayStation Plus now 2000 Ultimate, whatever it is called now.
It would be cool
all
if
in
we
one.
start to see exclusives disappear and then like have the live service be the exclusive. Do you know what I mean?
PCs work the same. I mean, you don't see people going, "Oh, Dell's going to die because they haven't got this or that." It's not like that. If everyone made a console, but the majority of the games were on everything, it wouldn't make a difference. It would just be a different box, and they'd all have their own unique selling points. Like Xbox could have like quick resume and more power and stuff like that. PlayStation would have its controller. Nintendo Switch is portable. They'd all have something separate, but all the games are in the pool.
And people would still battle over it.
Yeah, people are stupid, but for me, I just don't care. Like I've got every console. I'll play stuff I want on every console, but I don't get the tribalism, and especially when they start. I hate when they put known IPs behind, and especially licensed products. I mean, stuff like Call of Duty, it's its own beast, but like I feel like all these superhero ones, like even I know Spider-Man and that are on PlayStation, but Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 was locked behind Switch. Do you know what I mean? And stuff like that. And they shouldn't. And that's the worst. They're the worst ones for me. So I hope Indiana Jones isn't locked behind Xbox. At least I'll have it on. I'll have it on Game Pass. That's the winner for me. That decides where I want to play because I don't have to spend a fortune. I don't have to spend like 60 quid on a game.
I'd love to see. I'd love to see a new Wolfenstein. I think we'd do one. The last
And I
one
hope
was
it's
decent.
better than the last one.
I quite like the last one. I wasn't.
Well,
mad
the
on
last
it.
one,
I didn't like the
the
whole
last one to
grindy
me-
shit of it.
it wasn't terrible, but the southern accent they tried to give them two girls was bad. Trust me, I speak fluent southern. Their accent was terribly fake.
I never played the second one because they did. Is it the New Colossus? Is that the second one? Because they did New Order, didn't they? And then they did New
Youngblood was the last one, wasn't it?
Yeah. What happened to BJ Blazkowicz? Is he actually dead? Like, can they bring him back?
Well, they bring him back all the time.
Yeah, this is true. I'm just mean like in this in this
So
in this
asking if
universe.
he's actually dead is rhetorical.
But yeah, it'd be cool to see a new Wolfenstein. Maybe get rid of the daughters and just bring back BJ. Yeah, I'd like to see something from ID too. That'd be good. We don't speak about Youngblood. I enjoyed it. I played it with Timmy.
I know someone that was in the voice of Youngblood, so I don't want to speak bad of it, but it wasn't a very good Wolfenstein Wolfenstein game.
Just say it.
Yeah, was that the one with co-op though? It did
Yeah,
have
it
co-op. So
Mate.
fair play, it had co-op, but it didn't make it any.
It's the one with the daughters where they had those weird suits. That one.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, I know which one it is now. Yeah, it was terrible
That world's
compared.
so beautiful though, isn't it? Like
Yeah, you couldn't play it. You make up for it. You suffer it because at least it looks nice. But it wasn't great.
Gentlemen, I'll be right back. I've got to take a call.
Yeah,
Give me
no worries,
10
man.
minutes.
No worries.
Here's a fun fact.
Jinna scared him off. Jinna comes back on
He
cam
did.
and he's fucking left.
I'm putting myself on mute and turning my camera off because I'm eating my takeaway and I don't want to do it.
Mate, you've
On
literally
camera.
sat on cam having a fucking curry. I don't think people are going to mind you having
Yeah.
a kebab.
Talking about eating, there's 2 brand new Xbox themed donuts now from Krispy Kreme. So there's a Forza Horizon one and there's a generic like get your game on Xbox one. So expect to see some epic me eating a donut videos come in to this channel very soon. As soon as I can get them. I went to buy some today. They only had the Forza ones in, and I was disgusted because they look like shit. Like they're not even putting enough icing on the top. So I was like, I'll try somewhere else instead. So I will do a review of
It
these
ain't
donuts.
Greg's.
Slapping my lips like I did on that last donut eating video, which you can find on the channel. It's still somewhere here. But I'll do it with a better quality camera. You can proper get me getting all the icing all over my face and shit. It'll be great. You know you want it.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
Some of you ASMR lovers out there.
So,
Patreon exclusive.
whilst Wilmy's away, we'll just give a big shout out to Timmy, Leonidas, Thimba, Masuko. Who else is here? Muppet not here. Muppet's usually here.
Tim is here.
Yeah.
Meisuko.
All you guys in chat, you're awesome. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us. If you are enjoying the stream, then don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It really helps us out with the algorithm. And don't forget to hit subscribe so you never miss any of our future content, which we've got lots coming at the moment.
Yeah. And for those waiting for the 650 subscriber special, that will be next week. I'm literally waiting till we've got all of these showcased out of the way. So most likely either mid or next weekend, not this weekend, the weekend after, I will be doing the Shower with Your Dad Simulator stream. I know you're all so excited for. And you should see the thumbnail Redders has made. It is absolutely fantastic.
It's beautiful. And
it's beautiful.
For our 750 subscriber stream, Ash is going to play Genital Jousting, which should be a good laugh.
I'll play that shit. You've got it. 750. I will stream Genital Jousting on the channel for an hour. So hit that subscribe, share it out. Come on, let's go. Let's get us up to 750. You know you want it.
Is there anything? Is there anything out of the Summer Game Fest you want to see from PlayStation?
More games, cool stuff.
Fair.
I don't want to see VR stuff because I just don't want to buy another VR headset right now. So I hope they don't go all out VR. I don't know. I don't even know what what PlayStation could announce. Like, the only thing I can think of, and it's just rumors, is someone is probably going to announce a Silent Hill game, whether it be PlayStation, multi-platform, or Xbox. Someone it's got to. It's the way everyone's telling me.
It's not going to be Konami, though, is it? It's not going to be Kojima, though, is it? It's going to be Konami.
No, Kojima's not doing it. There was leaks today on Twitter of what Kojima's game's actually called and stuff. But Bloober's going to be there, and they're not working on anything but apparently this Silent Hill game. So
I wonder if we'll see
I don't know.
Abandoned.
Abandoned's apparently in development. It's not even been
a fucking game,
abandoned,
is it?
basically.
Yeah, right.
No, it's a pyramid scheme by the sounds. Some sort of it's more of a scam than NFTs. Abandoned.
I'd like to see more Wolverine.
So-
I'd like to see some Wolverine gameplay. That'd be cool.
I think you could possibly see some Wolverine or a Spider-Man 2.
My issue with the PlayStation is that there hasn't been a game that's come out on the PS5 yet that's made me go, oh shit, now's the time I need to get a PS5. I liked Forspoken. I thought that was really cool. But I think
But it's day one PC though, isn't it?
It's coming to Xbox, isn't it? It's not.
Yeah, it's got 2 years. No, it's got 2 year exclusivity. But they have already said 2 years console exclusivity,
Oh, okay.
and I think we might see Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2.
Maybe, yeah.
And I think we might get the Xbox Final Fantasy VII Remake. If we don't see it this week, then I give up all hope that we're ever going to get it.
We will, won't we? Because it was timed. It was a timed exclusive. It wasn't.
Well, they dropped it off the PlayStation website last week. They had like
did they?
a console exclusive page or the store channel. It's now been removed as of last week. So
I always assumed it was timed exclusive. I didn't realise it was.
yeah, that'd be
Anything
funny though if
else?
Xbox bought the second one's exclusivity. That would be
Mate,
funny.
that'd be rough.
I want to see. Give us Ape Escape or something like that. Some old school PlayStation. Give us that sort of stuff.
Just to quickly on Forspoken, it looks trash. I don't know what you two are on
No, I
that
thought it was
game.
great.
No,
It looks
Forspoken looked really good when they first announced it, and then every single show afterwards, it got less and less impressive.
My only
To the
gripe
point
with
now,
it-
it's a bit like meh.
My only gripe with it was the lip syncing, like the mouth moved when shit that was being said. It wasn't. There was like what's the word? Like there was like a detachment from what was being said and how the mouth was moving. Do you know what I mean? And I'd like them to fix that.
I know what you mean.
I think the lip syncing issues is what put me off. But Wolverine, I think that'll be a game that makes me buy a PlayStation for sure because I loved the Spider-Man game.
But that's coming to PC now. So would you rush out to buy it, or would you just wait and play it on PC?
No, because like everybody says, "Oh, just play it on PC," but my PC's
Oh,
old,
I'm just
man.
wondering.
Yeah, my PC's old. I'm rocking an i7 7700K. I mean, it's not an underly powerful processor, but I've only got a 1050 in my fucking PC, and I'm looking at spending what £400-500 to upgrade my graphics card. I could spend that on a PlayStation. I could buy
I 100% agree.
I could buy a scalper console for the price I would pay for a graphics card for my PC. So
I can sell you a 3080.
yeah, you can send me one. How much?
I don't know how much you want to pay for it. I got to ship it though.
£10 with £5.
You got to convert that to American currency.
$8.
$13.
Oh no,
I can't afford a pot to piss in at the moment.
What you tell them, Redders, is like the British pound is worth a lot because we're so
Not
legal
though. It's
and
not
loyal.
anymore. Used to be.
Shh. Hey, it spiked yesterday when they tried to get rid of Bojo. Probably
That's
gone back
hilarious
down now.
though,
He
isn't it?
saved himself.
That's how bad it's gotten. That the threat of losing a prime minister boosts a country's currency.
I love that he won it by the narrowest margin has ever been in a vote of no confidence. It's like, this is a great result.
This is a great
Strong
result.
People, everyone backs me. Got from the skin of your teeth.
What a fucking idiot!
Hey,
Yeah,
fair play to Theresa May. She came out in that ball gown, didn't she, to vote? No, she was like, "This
Ball
maybe he's
gown.
going down. I'm dressing good for this shit."
see, it just proves my point. It doesn't matter what country you live in. All politicians are stupid.
Oh, absolutely. Especially the ones over here.
I apologize. Yeah, but no offense though. Has your president ever rugby tackled a child?
Oh my
This is
god,
true.
dude.
Has he ever been to like a school full of like young little kids and rugby tackled one of them in a game of tag rugby?
Fucking
Or has he
fuck.
ever played? Has he ever played in a charity football match against professional footballers and rugby tackled one of them as well instead of actually tackling them?
No, but he did go on national television talking about how children love to rub the hair on his legs in a swimming pool.
I remember that. Yeah.
See, I don't even vote. That way, nobody can blame my ass.
I just think these people need to be vetted, don't they, before you get a chance to.
Vetted, they need cattle produce.
Yeah.
That's why there's a food shortage, because instead of eating our vegetables, we keep electing them.
That's it.
But yeah, I will get a PlayStation 5 as and when I can. But for me, it makes more sense to buy a console than it does to buy a graphics card, because I don't do a lot on the PC, but I play games on the console. So
my PC is saved for emulators and retro, pretty much. I play silly old games from when I was young.
Yeah.
I don't play modern games. Like I say, I prefer to sit with a pad. I just prefer to sit with a pad. It's just more
TV,
comfy. Yeah.
Pad in your hand, and you're safe for the next 4 or 5 years. PC, like, that shit could be out of date in the next 4 or 5 years. You got to upgrade it all again. So I just prefer console gaming. That's just how I look at it. But yeah, it annoys me.
I do too, but I do a lot of PC gaming, but a lot of times I just want to sit back with a controller.
Yeah, it just I find it frustrating when people say, "Oh, just play it on PC." I haven't got a fucking PC powerful enough to play it on PC, but I've got a console. So.
I do, but my PC won't go in my living room.
Yeah.
So my PC's 90 pounds almost.
Jeez.
I got an Origin.
How big is it?
It's massive, dude.
Is that
This thing's 3
ATX?
feet tall.
Fucking
This thing is over 3 feet tall. I had it custom built by Origin PC.
Nice.
The people that created Alienware.
I'm rocking a standard fucking ATX, little tiny one. But my mate used to have one. It's fucking huge. It's a stand, about 3 feet off the floor. Absolutely mental.
That's the way this one is. When they delivered it, the guy thought he was bringing furniture. Because it comes in a wooden crate.
If they don't have to take out the living room window to get it in the house, it's not a PC.
Well, luckily my door is pretty wide. Because my mother-in-law comes to visit on occasion.
Had his PC shipped in a crate. Fucking hell. Mine came in a box.
Do you know what? I bought a gaming laptop and I'd never look back. I don't miss having the big old tower sat somewhere. I used to have the tower with all the different hard drives in it. Now I just don't care. So
I love looking at it. I look like, I don't know, something special about having a gaming PC with a window. You can look at it and see all the RGB and shit going off. It actually makes you feel like a gamer. But it is just expensive.
That's what you're doing right now.
How was your
doing
kebab
it
dinner?
too, so I can't complain. I can't pick on him.
Yeah, you like Keeley to Kojima. That's what you like with your case. That's it. Oh, I hope there's something good shown. I'd like to see. I'm hoping a Final Fantasy IX remake gets shown, because that was on that Nvidia leak, and everything seems to be coming through off that Nvidia leak
it's the
nowadays.
shittest Final Fantasy.
No, it's not the shittest Final Fantasy. It's the best.
It's not.
It
10's
is
the best.
And they've announced they're making an animated show on it, so there's now no better time to sort of link them together than have a movie show or a Netflix show or whatever, and a game version of it, like a new game. So
I wish they weren't medieval. That's my only gripe. I mean,
well, that's the point. It's like steampunk, isn't it? It's like,
but I don't want that. I want like Final Fantasy from.
Play a different game then. I don't want those stupid. I don't want that new Final Fantasy that
I don't.
does with dragons and bollocks. I don't want to see Cloud. I don't want to see stupid, like, what's the one that Ben Stiller film where she sticks her hair up? I don't want to see someone with hair like that with a sword that would break your arm because it's so big, and he holds it like a gun or whatever. It's just stupid.
You're never allowed to talk about Final Fantasy ever again. That's like some of the best selling points of a
no,
Final
they're
Fantasy
the
game.
worst bits. Worst bits. I'd rather play Kingdom Hearts, and it's like 700 game convoluted plot that don't make any
But
sense.
even
At
that's
least
got
it's got Goofy in
blade
it.
in it.
Yeah, but at least it's not that bad. It's got Aladdin.
He can fight with a key. It's different.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah, but I'd rather see a key than the shit. It's just all shit. I've never been a big Final Fantasy fan. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like Dragon Quest and stuff like that over Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy died for me when they took out turn-based fighting, because that was.
Yeah, I prefer that. That is Final Fantasy.
Now it's just a hack and slash fest. That's not what I play Final Fantasy for.
We need an Eternal Sonata remake on Xbox. That's what we need. Everyone's always like Lost Odyssey. Eternal Sonata was a really good JRPG. it was, I can't remember who made it, but basically it was like I don't know whether it was a musician or somebody who was in a coma. So all of the characters are like musician themed and stuff. It was really cool. A lot of...
Legend.
Pardon?
Are you thinking of Brutal Legend?
No, Brutal Legends, the one with Jack Black, you fella. Eternal Sonata. I'm going to Google it now.
I know the game you're talking about.
Yeah, it was a very pretty RPG, but I don't think it sold very well. But it was an Xbox exclusive. I'd also like to see them bring back Blue Dragon, but I don't think they ever will, which is sad.
10 is by far the best Final Fantasy.
No.
It was, and then they ruined it with 10 Part 2.
Oh no, it came out on PS3 as well.
They do that a lot. Final Fantasy 13 was good, but then they ruined it with Part 2 of that. Because it just becomes Dress Up Barbie after the on the sequel.
Whilst Ash is quickly Googling, you can see in his glances.
Yeah.
Closes other tabs, Ash, just in case.
Yeah, we can see Pornhub Ash. Turn it off.
That's just your mum video calling me, mate.
You better be paying her.
So it came out on Xbox first, and then a year later it came out on PlayStation 3. But it's about Chopin, or Chopin. The story envisions a fictional world dreamed by Chopin during his last hours that is influenced by Chopin's life and music, and in which he himself is a playable character among others. The game's battle system centers on a musical element and character-unique special attacks. Light and darkness play a part in the appearance and abilities of enemies on the battlefield. And it was kind of like you had turns. You had like your turn meter, but you had like a circle. You could like walk around a little area. While you were like refilling, so you could sort of like avoid attacks and stuff like that, or sort of like get behind other characters for defense and stuff, if I remember it correctly.
See, Leonidas knows where it's at. 10 was the best.
Nah.
It was the best. I can even sing you the Hymn of the Faith. It stuck with me.
Please don't. Please don't. Please don't.
It's just one of those games. Like, it's just magical. That game was. It stuck with me. That game. There's not many
I never played a Final Fantasy on PS2. I played 7, 8, and 9. Or like I'd watched my friend play 7. I played a lot of 8, and I played a lot of 9. And then I never played anything on the PS2 apart from Kingdom Hearts briefly. And then I sort of jumped into a couple of the Final Fantasies on like Xbox, and they're not the best. I'm not gonna lie. I like World of Final Fantasy. That's quite fun.
10 was,
but I don't think it's canon or anything like that.
10 was such an emotional roller coaster. It was such a good game. Such a good game.
That Final Fantasy side-scrolling 2D free-to-play game, that was quite good. I enjoyed that. King's Quest or something it was called. That's good.
Thimber, mate.
Highly recommend that.
You need to start playing some Final Fantasies.
Nah, you don't, Fimber. Play Dragon Quest instead. Buy it on Xbox so we get more Dragon Quest games on Xbox.
Do you know, what was you going to say? I completely cut you off. I'm sorry.
Fuck knows.
Fair enough.
He was going to say 9 is the best. Although 8 is also good because it has a large amount of school in it, because clearly everyone wanted that.
I was going to say, whilst we were waiting for Ash to Google, something I want to see over the next week at the Xbox show is a lot more Sarah Bond. Could we get a lot more of her making announcements? That'd be fantastic.
I hope we don't get any more of those really terrible Top Gun jokes, though, as well. Please, no. Please.
I want to see a man with a flute. That's what I'm hoping that holding out for. I want Flute Man to make his triumphant return and blow us all away.
Followed, and after that, after everyone's in awe of that, they're going to send that guy out at the Keeleys, and he's going to announce Ridge Racer. And that's it. We've got a peak show there. It's going to be amazing.
I'd love to see a proper Shenmue game. Not that crowd-funded atrocity that was number 3. Because Sega just kind of gave up ever going to make another one. I want to see them just have a go and make a proper one again. The number 1 and 2 are excellent. They're some of the best games ever made.
What games are you on about?
Shenmue.
Oh yeah, Shenmue 1 and 2 were decent. Yeah, and I'd like to see 3 come to Xbox just so I can at least play it.
I remember my mate playing Shenmue on the GameCube. Was it GameCube?
Dreamcast.
It was Dreamcast. And he used to tell me about like all these things that you have to do, like. You have to go to work and Why would you want to do that?
You got to pay your rent, Redders.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Why the fuck would you want to live in a house watching somebody live in a house?
You never played The Sims?
It's like Big Brother, isn't it? Yeah, I know. That's fucking stupid as well.
This comes from the person that's been playing all these simulator games like Hipster Cafe and stuff. Why would you want to sit in your house?
Because I don't own a cafe, Ash.
You can go work in a cafe though. You
I
could
don't want
go
to work in a
you could
cafe.
shave your beard off and just keep your tash and go and work in a cafe and be a
I
hipster.
want to be a hipster, not a fucking 80s porn star.
Well,
There's not much of a difference, really.
That's true.
I don't work at a fishmonger's and I'm not, forklift certified, but in Shenmue I am, and I can do that as my life.
Yeah.
I can do that if I want. I can fight for money, I can gamble, I can do arm wrestling, make money that way. You don't have to get a job, you can do other stuff to, a bit of a hustle.
I'm missing a laptop and a screenplay to be a proper hipster. I need to work on that.
Some bongos. And a beret. Fucking hell.
Have you never played a
Fedora.
Shenmue game, Redders?
No, never. I watched my mate play one back in school.
You need to get on them. Number 2 is a lot better than number 1, which
But you have to play one because the plot follows straight on, doesn't it?
they got a catch-up video now. It's like 20, 30.
Oh, that's fantastic. Then I've got the collection. I bought them for like a $5 on
Yeah,
disc.
they got 1 and 2 on sale at the moment. I think for like a $5. Maybe I'll get
Yeah, and I've never played them. I've got them installed, but I haven't played them on Xbox yet. So it's been a long time.
Leonidas, we call them a twat knot over here.
I think you could pull off a top knot.
I can't. I'm receding, mate. I'm receding.
If Brock
worse than
Lesnar
you
can
are.
pull off a top knot, anyone can pull off a top knot. But to be fair, even if he didn't pull it off, you wouldn't say he looked like a twat, would you? You wouldn't call Brock Lesnar to his face and go, "Hey, twat knot."
I
on your
would.
head.
I say, "Oh, you got a twat knot."
And he'd
Big-
fucking
Like a deck.
Brock Lesnar.
It'd be worth it. Get beaten up by Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, Redders is bigger than Brock Lesnar. You
I am.
beat the shit out of him.
I am.
Oh, talking of wrestling quickly, off topic. Did you see that Cody Rhodes?
Oh, mate, that was savage. I watched the
Hell in a
match
Cell
earlier.
match. Yeah, what a good match. But
What a fucking hero.
Jesus
I'm worried
Christ,
about
his
the
tit were
damage.
hanging off.
I'm worried about the damage he's done to it doing that
Damage?
match.
He's ripped his peck off working out the day or two before his match,
Yeah.
and all of his tit here was bruised, and he
Horrendous.
still put a match. He basically did like a one-arm match. It was brutal,
absolutely
but one of the best Hell in a Cells in years, to be fair. So
Yeah, it was a fucking good match. I mean, fair play to him. I mean, that looked nasty. That was a nasty ass injury.
yeah,
But then
supposed to be out 6
apparently
months.
he got attacked again last night on Raw and was like, farewell.
Yeah, he basically got hit by a sledgehammer. Do you know where they hit them, but they cover the hard bit of the sledgehammer up?
It's
So
foam,
what's
innit?
the point? You may as well just slap them
foam.
with back of your hand. But yeah,
I
I
struggle-
understand you can't hit someone in the face with a sledgehammer.
I
in real
struggle
life,
with
but-
wrestling now. I try not to watch it because when you do it, like you kind of like know that it's all fucking fake. I mean, the bumps are real and shit.
Oh yeah, have you watched
hurts.
wrestling when they still hit them with the chairs and stuff? And I cringe when someone gets like a headshot because you're like, they're gonna murder someone or
Yeah.
they're gonna be like dribbling in like a few years' time and shit. You're like,
I mean, it's not fake, but it does hurt. Like the hits you take do hurt, but like all the match outcomes are like scary. And that kind of ruined it for me. And ever since you like learn all that stuff, you don't want to watch it because it's like, oh, this is just a work, and you become that expert. You know what I mean? And it's just it makes it difficult. I used to love Attitude Era wrestling because I fucking believed it. I was like, yeah, this is fucking awesome. Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold, Bret Hart, and all that lot. It was fucking amazing. And then they became PG watered down shit, and then I lost interest.
I know, but like you can't have people stripping and stuff nowadays. And
No,
that
but, like-
that Rock and Mankind match where he hits him with that chair about 30 times with no
Shit,
cover
yeah.
to his head, and even I watched that back and I
That's
cringe and I'm like,
horrendous.
there's a reason these people die early.
Yeah. To be fair though, like
He's been fantastic, Mick Foley.
I met him, and I met him once on a tour. He was a bit of a dick in real life, but he can't look at the camera. He has to look to the side because he's fucked. He's got like severe concussions and shit. I'm like,
Fair.
was it worth it really? I mean, was it? I mean, that Mankind Hell in a Cell is one of the best. That is that King of the Ring is my favorite pay-per-view of all time.
yeah.
When he throws him off and then he puts him through it, and then there's the
tap.
first blood match where Stone Cold's like in his skids and Kane's got his hand out or something, and you're like, well, that's not right fair. But I watch it back, and every time I watch it now, I'm like,
The coolest thing about that Undertaker and Mankind match was that the second spot was never meant to happen. The cage wasn't meant to break, and it broke. He's lucky he didn't fucking kill himself.
yeah, and he was just like, looks at him, he's like, oops.
But the fact that he takes that first bump and then fuck me, he decides to come back and do a whole match. It's like
I hate the red Hell in a Cell though. Bring back the silver Hell in a Cell. These red painted Hell in a Cell, they look gash.
I'll tell you something else that annoys me about WWE these days. If any of them start bleeding at ringside, they bring out a medic like straight away. Can't have that. Can't have blood being seen on TV. I mean, what happened to that company?
I don't know. There's been a lot of blood recently.
Went all PG and shit, didn't it? Because Linda was going for senator or something.
I know they're going a bit more edgy now, though. They're going back a little bit, not too far, not like as far as AEW do silly stuff. But...
Yeah, AEW's like I enjoyed it when it first started, but then some of the bumps they're taking are just fucking stupid. Like
it's got a bit silly now, hasn't it? And then like every other week, it's like here's an ex-WWE wrestler, here's an ex-WWE wrestler.
I don't want to see people taking fucking Canadian destroyers off top ropes. That's asking for a fucking neck injury. That's not fun for me. You know what I mean? I don't like deathmatch wrestling either. I think that's shit.
No. Oh, why you'd want to hit? Have you seen that one with David Arquette? Oh,
yeah.
Oh, I've got better things to do in my life.
I'm telling you,
although Botchamania, I will laugh at that for hours on end. People probably seriously hurting themselves, falling through things and stuff.
It's for people that can't wrestle, legitimately wrestle. That's
what
that's what deathmatch wrestling is for.
And I agree with Leonidas as well. The Fiend versus Rollins was a shambles. That Hell in a Cell.
Hey, have you guys seen Rough and Rowdy on YouTube?
Rough and Rowdy?
Pornhub?
It's just random people. They like they just get in the boxing ring and fight each other. They're normally like two gym goers who hate each other because they're both in the gym, or one woman thinks she's harder than the other and they have a fight. The one was a cheerleader against this woman who had no teeth and looked like she lived on the streets.
Here we call that Walmart.
But the one of them, they sell out arenas, and the one of them, Bill Burr's the commentator on there. They're all on YouTube.
Oh, nice.
Fantastic. Yeah, fantastic. Like he's just sat ringside, loving life, getting smashed, watching these homeless people fight these women, and then like the jocks versus the geeks and stuff, and two brothers fighting. It's amazing.
What's it called?
Rough and Rowdy.
I'll have a look for it. Sounds fun.
On YouTube, it's ridiculous. You watch some of the matchups, you're like, that's not fair in the slightest, but it's excellent.
Fair dues. I've just realised we've completely gone off gaming and talk about wrestling.
Yeah, we'll get back onto game, but I highly recommend watching Hell in a Cell. It's probably it was good wrestling pretty much all the way throughout. Like I say, pretty decent. One of the better pay-per-views in a while. They've been on a roll the last few pay-per-views, WWE. Fair play to WrestleMania.
Storytelling shit though, isn't it? It's shit now. They used to be great storytellers, and now they just tell the same repeated fucking stories.
That Cody Seth was really good. That was really good. But then I quite like the.
They're two world-class wrestlers, so I mean they're two of the best wrestlers in the world. So you expect them to have a good match.
Yeah, true. Cena's back soon. Cena's back in a couple of weeks. I'm happy. That's all I want.
I don't want to see him wrestling again.
I want to see him wrestle. I want to see him wrestle in his
age.
Because he's amazing.
I'd rather see him in Peacemaker season 2. Have you seen Peacemaker? Is it Peacemaker? Yeah, Peacemaker. Have you seen the season 2?
I've not watched it yet. I've seen the beginning, the intro where they were dancing.
So good. I would happily see him play that character forever. Cena as Peacemaker is as good as Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, I think. Just the right kind of perfect casting, I think.
We need a new Deadpool game. Let's get back on track.
We do need a new Deadpool game.
Yeah, because the last one was a bit naff.
No, I quite enjoyed it.
It would work well, I feel, and it would be a cool do you imagine Deadpool, but with like the Metal Gear Rising sort of gameplay, like the slashing, crazy slashing and shit, but with a bit more like gunplay involved? That'd be awesome.
There was a scene in the Deadpool game. It might just be the one scene that's made me laugh, like guttural laugh, more than any other game. And it's just, have you ever played it?
Yes, and not to the end though, unfortunately.
It's that scene where Cable's talking to him and he's just riding on that fucking mechanical bull, like completely away with the fair. Fucking my god, man! The first time I saw that, I was in absolute tears. I don't know why, because I just thought it was really funny. But yeah, I do apologise to our viewers. We do have a tendency to like go off on some random tangents, completely unrelated to gaming.
Hey, there's wrestling games though.
There are wrestling
I need to get WWE 2K22, and to be fair. Check out Ginna's charity game stream that's coming July, is it? That's going to have WWE 2K22 gameplay on it as well.
Is it?
It is as long as I buy it before the stream. Yeah, definitely going to have a few hours of that in there.
I actually quite liked this year's. It was good.
I need to pick it up. I'm trying to get a copy that isn't extortionate. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make us all, and I'm going to do like a Royal Rumble with all of us from the
I've already made me. Stuff. I've actually made me in my tag team, my proper wrestling gear. I'll have to send you the link.
Yeah, do it. But that's what I want to do because I love it and I love the GM mode. I want to do like a storyline with all of us in it, and I might put it on the podcast and like pretend it's real. and like have it like as a proper show.
You can actually take like your face and put them on the wrestlers. In the game. Fucking brilliant.
I just think it'd be fun to do. I think it'd be fun to do like a story and maybe like mute all the commentary and then proper dub over it later, just for shits and giggles. I think that'd be fucking hilarious for the channel. There's some future content for the channel, guys. It will come when I can get a cheaper copy, but at the moment it's like 50 quid and I ain't paying that for a WWE game. Not in my life. It's still expensive.
I think we're putting the faces on people. My mates used to do it all the time on FIFA. They'd have a team and they'd have like Raoul Moat and Fritzl up front and stuff.
I tried putting myself on that NBA. I think NBA did it. Was it the one that was on Game Pass first? And you had to do it on your phone app. And I scanned it in. It took me about half an hour. And it was just like, we can't recognise your face. I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with my face?
But I do enjoy the newest one. It's a lot of fun. I haven't played them for like 2 or 3 years because when 2K got their hands on it, they went downhill fucking fast. But 2K22 is really good, really solid.
We've got Rob Van Dam coming to my city soon. Like he's wrestling. There's him, Mickey James, and Ruby Soho at this show. Oh, cool. And I'm still tempted to go and
I've met Rob Van Dam. I've actually met him. He signed he signed my steel chair. I've got Rob Van Dam's signature.
That's pretty cool.
Tommy Dreamers and Rhinos, because they used to do shows down here in Exeter when we had a Pro Wrestling Pride. They used to turn up and do those indie shows. Oh my god, man, it's such a good vibe.
He's doing a meet and greet. It's like 30 quid and you get a signature and a photo. I'm tempted by that.
Worth it.
For that price, it's worth it for Rob Van Dam.
Yeah, he's such a cool guy.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, met quite a few. Met $1 Million Man, met him. Mr. Perfect. Is it not Mr. Perfect? Fucking Mr. Anderson.
Fucking hell, if you've met Mr. Perfect, he's fucking dead. I'm like, Mr. Jesus Anderson. Christ.
Chris Masters, I met him. To be fair though, Mr. Anderson and Chris Masters didn't have time for fucking anybody. As soon as the show was done, that was it. They wanted to get the fuck out of there. It was really shit. Met Raven as well. I've met Raven.
I've met Gangrel. He wrestled at one of my shows I did. I did a convention and we had him wrestle at it. He was pretty cool.
Raven was such a massive disappointment. And I say that in the in the kindest way possible. But like, he turned up for the show, which was fine. And he did the meet and greet and all that. He signed my chair and stuff. But then he had a match with some of the local talent. Got in the fucking ring for his spot. And ended up grabbing a mic and talking for 20 minutes. And that was it. He was like, oh, yeah, you got to support the local talent and stuff. I'm like, shut the fuck up, Raven. Just give someone a DDT. And then at the end of the show, when we were all on the way out the arena, town hall, and
it's like 12 of you there, wasn't there?
And he was shouting at the promoter, like full on going apeshit at the promoter because they'd only paid him for 4 nights when he worked for 5. So my last memory of seeing Raven is him shouting at a promoter.
I just love the image of Redders. Every time there's a celebrity in town, he wants his autograph, he just packs up this chair and off he goes.
I do. So
put it out with it like that.
I actually gave it to my brother-in-law because he had one as well. But then his signature started fading off his chair, and I felt bad, so I gave him mine. But
fool of a fool.
You know, what's her name? Nixon Newell. Well, you won't know her by that name. She was Tegan Knox in NXT. I saw her wrestle in Bodmin College. Like a year before she got drafted to NXT. She was wrestling in Bodmin College. And she pulled off a moonsault. She was there with Hurricane Helms, and my God, he was huge. And he was so slow, and she literally carried that entire match. It was fantastic.
I hate people. Sorry, I'm going through emails. I really hate fucking people some days.
That's me tomorrow. I've been doing like uni work. So I've not been at work today, so tomorrow I'll check all my emails. I'll be like,
Dreamer was a bit of a dick, to be fair. I met him. He was one of those who didn't really have time for anybody. Like, you could tell the legends of the sport. You know what I mean? Because I've met Hacksaw Jim Duggan. He was fucking such a sweetheart. He stayed in that arena and waited for everybody to see him, get a picture.
Jim Duggan is lovely. I'd spoke to Duggan. We tried to book him for something, but he had an exclusive contract with someone else, and I wasn't able to get him. But he were very polite about it. So
yeah, he was such a good guy, and I remember they were saying that he ended up getting. He finished the venue. By the time he signed all the autographs and did all the pictures at like 1 o'clock in the morning, and he had to get from Exeter back to London for his flight at 4 p.m. It was crazy. But he
He's
had
a good
so
guy.
much time for people. $1 Million Man was decent. But yeah,
I used to like $1 Million Man till I watched his documentary thing on Amazon Prime with his son, and it was just a bit weird. Put me off him a little
Hurricane
bit.
Helms, I think the tickets were like 20 quid a ticket just to see him. That's just to see him. And we got to him and we were like, oh, can we get a picture? Yeah, that's going to be 10 quid. All right, okay. Can I get a signature? Yeah, that's going to be 10 quid. He's like, yeah, we don't want nothing from you. And walked off because we thought it was all included in the price of the ticket.
Oh, I love used to go in meetings. I'm not the biggest sort of meet and greet person because I detest paying someone for a bit of an autograph.
Yeah.
He says with autographs all over his wall, but they were given to me. I didn't pay for them. I paid them to be there. But I
Hopefully
remember
we'll get a new WWE game at Hopefully we'll get a new WWE game at E3.
That's it. I was at this show once though, and there was one of the Oompa Loompas there. I shit you not, one of the Oompa Loompas from the original the original
Harry Potter.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I think he'd been in Harry Potter as well at some point. And people were just walking up to him though. They were like, what are you doing here? And he's like, oh, I'm signing. And they're like, how much is it? And he's like, oh, it's only like a tenner. And they're like, no, I'm not paying you. And they were all just walking off. He was just sat there, proper, looked like Virgil. Do you know that picture of Virgil where he sat at that table? So that's what it was like. And it was in this scabby shopping centre in Hull. It was horrible. Oh, what a shit show that was.
Hurricane Helms was such a dick about it though. Like his attitude towards people was like, okay, yeah, maybe not. We're not
Probably didn't want to be there. He probably didn't want to be. He probably didn't want to touch you. I wouldn't
Mate,
want to.
fucking. That's how you know you've made it when you're.
Touch me.
That's how you know you've made it when you're wrestling Bodmin College.
To be fair, Busted played at my school.
Yeah.
So they literally came, put a CD on, and pretended to play for 3 songs, and then left.
Meeting Rhino is really cool. He is fucking thick though. He is a thick boy. Like for real. He's like a fucking tree trunk. He's absolutely thick. Really fucking
It's
cool
great
guy.
to see Rhino in these upcoming games at E3. We'll save this. We'll put a pin in this now, Redders, and we'll do this on a wrestling themed chat at some point because I need to get my wrestling discussion out. So we'll save this and we'll do a show when we're not boring Ginna to death and I guess to death.
Yeah, I do apologise, Wilmy.
I haven't watched wrestling
for
since the
gaming
80s.
Oh, 80s wrestling was great as well. Halloween Havoc, fucking yeah, Starcade.
See, Leonidas likes it, so it's all good. We'll do some wrestling stuff. Talk about all classic wrestling shows and stuff because there's some fucking classics, some good ones and bad ones. Oh,
now if you guys are talking about meeting wrestlers, my family used to own a nightclub, and I've actually met Hulk Hogan, Ted DiBiase, who was the $1 Million Man. You guys remember Leaping Lanny? And Jimmy Superfly?
Leaping Lanny, isn't that Macho Man's brother?
I don't
I think there's someone else.
know. But I met all those and a guy named Kabuki, who was a pretty big wrestler back in the 80s.
Oh, I remember Kabuki.
They would come to her nightclub every year around Christmas, and they would do a big charity thing for kids.
Nice.
So I actually did get to meet a few wrestlers, just none of the new ones.
The new ones are quite boring. I met Nia Jax. She just
and see Ric Flair.
Ric
Flair's nothing special. He lives here in North Carolina. He comes to Wilmington, where I live, all the time. So
it looks like Ash is either frozen or he's just really, really interested in this story.
I think he's frozen. Yeah, isn't he? He's frozen.
He was frozen there for a second. Oh, still is.
He's not going to come back, I don't think. I think Discord's fucked him.
Here he goes.
He's broken the fucking
here,
Discord.
I can say it. Tonight he looks like a hairy thumb, and he's really let himself go recently.
A hairy thumb.
Well, the funny part, my little icon just disappeared too on the screen.
Yeah, it's because the overlay's set up for 4 people, and now he's left. It reverts back to 3, and then it moves everything around on Discord. So once he comes back,
you were going to get different layouts set up just in case.
I can't help this. That's the problem. Like, because I can't switch between overlays on the fly in the hopes that somebody drops out. So
Leo says I'm in 2 boxes now.
Yeah, you are. You're half in the bottom one and half in the other side. What is going on, Stubbs? Thanks for joining us, buddy.
What's up, Stubbs?
Here he is. He's back.
I'm back. He just froze on me.
The thumb has returned.
The return of the thumb.
Return of the thumb.
Look, whereas I couldn't like you, mate. It's fine.
Ginna says you look like a hairy thumb.
I know. I've got YouTube on. I heard it all. I think his mum just sent me too big a video. That was all, and it just sort of crashed my internet out a little bit. So
Yeah. Well, that wasn't his thumb.
that was just my balls.
See, Wilmy, I feel like a fucking idiot. You live in a place called Wilmyhood,
Yes,
and that's why you're called Wilmyhood. That makes fucking sense.
that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not called Wilma.
I thought you were
Well,
called
he
Will.
might be.
I honestly thought he was called Will. Fuck me. I'm slow on the uptake at the moment.
Well, the funny part about that is because you know how every city, it doesn't matter where you are, there's always that one person that complains, about crime or whatever. And I was in, I don't even remember where I was. I was somewhere at a store, and these two old ladies were complaining about the city. And this woman goes, "This place just turned into a pure hood." And I'm like, huh. And it just dawned on me. I just stuck the two together and said, "Oh, Wilmyhood."
Fair dues. Yeah, I honestly thought your name was called Will.
No, Wilmyhood.
Surname me.
Yeah. So, Wilmy, what do you think the chances of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 coming to Game Pass day one?
I think it's a pretty good chance.
Yeah, I reckon it's going to happen. I
think it will too.
But yeah, I think it makes all. I think that's going to be the move. I think that's the reason why they're dropping hints that the acquisition's moving along fast, and I think by the end of the year it'll be a done deal. I think we will get Modern Warfare 2 in Game Pass.
It's getting shown at the Keighley show, isn't it? They're showing the trailer, or is it today? I know they're showing it soon.
I think it's at the Keighley show. I think that's how it be.
I hope it's better than the last one.
I like the last Modern Warfare.
I didn't care for it.
Stubbs have been arguing about this all day.
I'm tired of the old school setting. Let's bring it back to more modern stuff.
Yeah,
World War II. Bring us back to those modern days.
Yeah, I'm kind of over World War II,
Yeah. I don't know, I quite like them though. I mean, I'll tell you why World War doesn't work now, because they turned COD into a fucking esport. So the game plays like an esport, and you can't have that when it's in like, the older title. The World War II setting. I think that's why it works so well in like Modern War and Futuristic War.
Yeah, I'm more for that time era. I'm just really tired of the World War II and Korea and Vietnam. I mean, I don't know. Vietnam would actually work.
It never happened.
Anything besides World War II.
Vietnam wasn't it really good?
It would never happen because you can't paint Americans as the heroes in Vietnam. So you will never.
Wasn't World at War Vietnam?
No, that was.
No.
What was World at War then? Was that World War II Pacific, wasn't it, though? Yeah, that was it. Pacific, yeah.
Yeah, you would never get a standalone Vietnam game. There was a fucking game that came out a few years ago that was a really good Vietnam game. I can't remember the name.
Battlefield.
Shell Shock.
Oh, yeah.
No, it wasn't Shell Shock.
Shell Shock.
Shell Shock 1 was really good. Shell Shock 2 is one of the biggest turds in wargaming.
It wasn't.
Shell Shock 2 is terrible.
It wasn't Shell Shock and it wasn't Battlefield. It was like a standalone Vietnam game where you had to like make your way through the jungle, but also make your way through those little like caves and stuff and avoid the traps. And I can't remember the name of it. It's quite an old fucking game. It came out like 15, 20 years ago.
That was Shell Shock.
It wasn't Shell Shock. I know it wasn't Shell Shock. It was something Vietnam.
Battlefield Vietnam, Conflict Vietnam, Rising Storm 2 Vietnam, The Hell in Vietnam. It could have been SEAL Team, Men of War Vietnam, Vietnam 65, Platoon, Air Conflict Vietnam, Line of Sight Vietnam, Elite Warriors Vietnam. There's been a lot of Vietnam games. Viet Cong 2.
I remember Viet Cong. That's the one. Yeah, it's Viet Cong. That was a great game.
I like Viet Cong. Yeah, I remember that one.
We've lost Ash again.
He liked it so much, he just left. Yeah. I want to see, is it Full Spectrum Warrior, the one we used to control the two squads of a tactical game?
What is going on with your Discord?
Love to see them come back.
I have no idea, mate. I just come and go as I pleased. So I don't know where I was up to. I mean, what did you hear last? Because
waffle.
Waffle. All the waffles.
Yeah,
now,
Viet Cong,
remember wrestling? I remember wrestling. Wrestling in Vietnam. Oh, good times.
I want to see some Fable gameplay, man. I think we need to see it. We need to see a little bit of it, even if it's like just a brief cinematic. I don't want to see another fucking.
It'd be nice to see something.
Yes, anything like just show us the world. Do like an Elder Scrolls. Show us the land we're going to be in, or anything. Just don't fucking do another CGI trailer where it's like a little cinematic and then boom, Fable. I want to see like a proper bit of gameplay, like something that's actually going to be like a true representation of the game.
And maybe State of Decay 3.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, I would like that.
Fingers crossed, Perfect Dark. I know it's probably a bit early for that game, but I'd love to see a bit of that. But they had like CGI trailers for the last 2 years of that, so surely by now they should have just a little something they can show off.
I can't remember who linked it on Discord, but someone put a post on there the other day. I think it was you, GenA, when they said Playground Games can put out a game in 5 years with a 200-man workforce. It was you, wasn't it?
Sounds like GenA being fanboy.
It was a developer who worked at Ubisoft saying that something that would take them so many thousand staff in 7 years, Playground could do with 200 in 4 years or something.
I found that quite interesting because I remember when they announced Fable, there was rumours that Fable had been in development for at least 4 years. So maybe we'll get something shown off at E3. Well, not E3. Maybe they'll show us like a cinematic. I just want anything at this point from Fable because I'm so fucking eager to get back to that universe.
I want to see Milo in there.
Yeah, I want to see Milo should be a character in Fable, just as a joke. Like some creepy kid that follows you around and you have to look after for a bit.
Yeah, and I want to hold my picture up to the microphone and then he has that picture in the game and acts all surprised. You know, I want that.
I used to hate that feature so much. Do you remember it on Burnout Paradise where like you could upload your photo and then whenever you beat someone on the leaderboard it would put your photo on that street?
Yeah.
It was an achievement to do it and I didn't have a fucking camera and there was no other way of getting your photo on the fucking console. Absolutely pointless. I'm just going to re-chat a sec.
Oh, yeah.
I think we'll see something from Fable. I think that's one of the most anticipated. I think we'll get something. Maybe we'll see a bit of Avowed.
I think definitely Avowed's going to be there.
I would like to see some new
What about
IPs,
Contraband?
I think we'll see some at Contraband. They've just trademarked it, haven't they, as well? So
Thimba was saying it's a 4-man siege game, isn't it? Like
talking of Contraband, they've just announced that they're making another Just Cause, but it's not going to be the people that made it because they're making Contraband. So I'm a bit torn on that because I like Just Cause.
Who made Mad Max? It was Avalanche, wasn't it?
Yeah, Avalanche who make Contraband, isn't it?
But Avalanche also make Just Cause.
Yeah.
But I don't understand why Mad Max launched perfectly, but Just Cause, like their flagship game, launched so fucking broken.
Well, Just Cause 3 was good. Just Cause 4 was awful. To be fair, Mad Max wasn't perfect at launch. It had a lot of bugs. It didn't take them long to fix it, though.
That game was amazing. That game deserved a sequel. If you haven't played Mad Max, get on it. I believe you can pick it up like £2. Easily one of the best open world games you'll play on console.
Yeah.
Timmy says Forza and Plague Tale Requiem.
I think we'll see Forza for sure. I think we will see Forza. I think Forza 7 was a fucking disaster, and I think that Turn 10 are going to be wanting to redeem themselves. I think Forza might even be the first game to use ray tracing in races. I think they'll want to do something to set themselves apart because Playground Games have pretty much become the gold standard for Forza with Horizon. And before that,
I don't think it'll come out this year, though. I think we might get a beta for it.
We'll get it this year.
But
I think it'll come.
I don't think we will.
What is it, 5-6 years since the last one?
I don't know. I think we're going to get a Grounded update. That'll be like the full release, Grounded. I think we'll get a Sea of Thieves update. We may have a bit more of that other Rare game. They might not give a release date, but they might update Everwild, yeah. You might get... trying to think, what is their Xbox has got? Probably, like I say, Sea of Thieves. We're going to get GoldenEye. I think we'll get a GoldenEye announcement.
Fantasy Senua.
Yeah.
Just to answer Leonidas, quids a pound. Like you would call a dollar a buck. Quids are our bucks.
I want to see Gears Tactics 2 or stop being cowards and give me Halo Tactics.
No one wants Halo Tactics. No one even wants Halo at this point.
Everybody loves Halo. It's just you and the haters.
I'd like to see. I think we'll probably might get an announcement about Ubisoft Plus release date on Xbox. I don't think there'll be out special to it. Maybe some like Game Pass perks, and maybe we'll get that Classics collection. But I assume because it's on PlayStation, it ain't coming to Xbox. but I think we might get that. I'd rather see a Sega Classics. I would love to see old Sega games included in Game Pass. That'd be great.
I don't like Halo either, Leonidas.
Halo was good. It's not anymore. It's not a bad game. It's just the lack of co-op killed it.
I enjoyed Infinite for 3 weeks, and then I haven't gone back to it. I've got no desire to go back to it.
I go back when some of the events are good, and then they keep pulling them because they're fucking idiots.
I don't think we'll see anything ever wild, because that whole thing got re fucking worked. Didn't
No, I feel like they might just do like a very brief trailer that doesn't really give anything away, is what I mean. Just to sort of say, hey, it's still here, it's still coming.
I'd love to get a new Viva Pinata.
Yes.
That's just it. Rare's got so many good games they could like revive.
Banjo, fucking. I'd love to see a sequel to Battletoads by the same people, but with a bit more time and a bit more budget, so they don't just stick a load of shooting sections in the middle of it to just pad it out. Because it was a fun game and it played really well, but it needs online co-op instead of just split screen, and it just needed a bit more it just needed a bit more time in oven. But I think they rushed it out when they did, to get it on Game Pass. So Game Pass had some oomph when it launched, basically.
Yeah.
Crackdown 4, that'd be amazing.
Maybe they'll announce Battlefield coming to Game Pass.
Maybe. Who wants it though? No one's playing
If it goes to Game Pass, I'll play it. I'll give it another go if it goes to Game Pass.
Yeah, but I don't think anyone will care now, though. Why would you care about a shit Battlefield coming to Game Pass when Call of Duty is about to come out?
I feel like going to Game Pass is the only live support they can give that game now.
That would be the only thing that's going to save Battlefield now.
Yeah, for sure.
Save that for an announcement around it. Don't put it on the show, though, because it's
what the fuck were they thinking, though? Why would they?
That's literally like they've gone in the skip outside and gone, no, that'll do.
What I don't get is everybody used to play Battlefield because it wasn't Call of Duty, and they made it more Call of Duty. Like, I don't want a fucking specialist. I want a medic. I want a fucking ammo guy. I want a sniper, and I want an assault guy. That's all I want.
And I want Bad Company 2 that they promised.
Yes. Full Spectrum Warrior 2 would be cool, or 3, or whatever it is up to now.
And we're never going to see it.
I used to love Battlefield.
That's what I was saying when you disappeared, Ash. I want to see some more Full Spectrum Warrior.
That's amazing. Yeah, I like Full Spectrum.
That was right before he called you a hairy thumb.
I know, what a bastard. Do you know what game I'd love to see come back?
I've got to head out of here because my phone just keeps going off. I've got people calling me every couple of minutes.
Hey, no worries, will we? Yeah,
and I don't want to be. I hate to leave on you early, but I don't have much of a choice.
To be fair, we can probably wrap it up. So
yeah,
because we're coming to the end of the show anyway. We normally finish in like 5 minutes. So
yeah, Wilmy, just let everyone know where they can find you, and we'll wrap this shit up. It's cool.
All right. Well, thank you for having me on. And like I said, guys, I'm sorry. My phone has been going ape shit since we've been on here.
Don't worry.
But you can find me on Twitter, unless you're one of the 200,000 plus people I've got blocked. You can find me on Xbox, PlayStation, and Steam. Just look for Wilmyhood. And every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, look for Gaming Beyond the Box. Legend. And we have that podcast everywhere. Wherever you find podcasts, you'll find Gaming Beyond the Box.
Awesome. Yeah, cheers for coming on, man. We really appreciate it. I know time zone's a bit tricky for you US
dude.
guys,
I really hate the time difference. I wish there was a better way, but
yeah, no, it's all good. Cheers for coming along.
You're across the pond, and so we kind of have to deal with it.
Nah, it's all good.
So, but gentlemen, thanks for having me on. I enjoyed it, and maybe one day I can get you guys on GBTV.
Absolutely, yeah, definitally down for that.
Although that's like at 1 o'clock in the morning for you.
Ginna's normally up streaming Fortnite at that time, so he'll be fine.
Well, that'll get you off Fortnite at least. So yeah, there we go.
Yeah, no worries.
All right, gentlemen.
Cheers, buddy.
Thanks for having me on, and I will see you on social media.
See you in a bit.
See you in a bit.
Maybe if I do this.
Good egg, that guy.
Nope, that's very. Oh yeah, we've got a free van overlay. Get in.
It worked. Let's see. I'm waiting.
It worked.
Mine's not. It's not showing it for me.
It's showing it for me.
Hey! We see it. We saved it.
Do have one.
Now we know what to do.
Right, wrestling. You want to talk wrestling?
Let's talk wrestling for the next 2 hours.
We need to get Leonidas on one of the shows as well, and he can just sit here and talk about wrestling as well.
We do.
And games.
We'll do a wrestling specific show at some point. Because I feel like we could talk about all sorts of shit for hours. It'd be great.
I used to watch a lot of wrestling, just not as much as you two. So I was like, $1 Million Man, Jake the Snake, Paul Bearer, all that, Undertaker, Stone Cold, like that era.
90s and 80s wrestling, the best wrestling has ever
Yeah.
been. And then 2000 hit, and then it all went to shit. And now 2020.
After Stone Cold,
Still
The
gash.
Rock left, they just turned off. Yeah.
One of
Yeah,
the,
I stopped watching then, and then I started watching about 8 years ago. I started back up again, and I don't watch it every week. Like I won't watch like Raw and SmackDown and everything, but I'll watch catch ups, and I'll watch the pay-per-views, but I don't. Like I said, I don't watch every single. There's just too much of it.
I
now.
watch the main ones. I watch the Royal Rumble. I always watch WrestleMania, and that's it. I don't bother watching any of the rest because it's shit. It's just shit television now. Like the thing that I used to love about the Attitude Era wrestling, especially, was the storytelling. They used to tell great stories. Brothers of Destruction, fucking Heart Foundation. They used to tell great.
You say that though,
stories.
but when you watch, have you actually watched some of the Attitude stuff? I had a thing when I went back through it all with my missus, all like the pay-per-views on the WWE network. There's a lot of gash. I mean,
Yeah, there is a
you
lot of
remember
gash.
the great stuff. You remember the Stone Cold and the Rock stuff.
Brian
But around that,
Pillman
there's a
holding-
lot of very
was it Brian,
questionable stuff.
Brian Pillman breaking into Stone Cold's house with a gun or something? Fucking brilliant.
Yeah, there's the bit where fucking Kane's like trying to marry, like get it on with a dead woman and shit. There's the whole train and all those shit.
Was that Katie Vick?
There's a lot of yeah, Katie Vick. There's a lot.
See, I remember that.
bit where
It was memorable.
where
Rememberable?
Mae Young gives birth to a hand.
Yeah, Papa Shango and all that back then as well, didn't you?
Papa Shango was
He was
Godfather.
kind of the
Godfather,
train as well.
Yeah.
Godfather, yeah.
There's a little bit of trivia for you, Ginna. Papa
I knew
Shango
that.
was the Godfather. Oh, did you?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh. Well,
Mick,
fuck.
you know
fuck
Mick
you then.
Foley was Mankind and Dude Loving as well.
Oh,
yeah.
was he?
What?
Shit,
And it's
I didn't
Cactus
know
Jack
that.
as well.
Cactus Jack.
Cactus.
Jack, was he?
Cactus.
Bang, bang.
Cactus.
Oh,
Do you know what,
amazing.
I was talking to my missus the other day, and we were like, she was like, doesn't AEW just look like when TNA was shit with like no people watching it? Like not all of them, they do the big shows, but they're like little shows. It just looks like, when TNA was filmed in Universal Studios. And I was like, yeah, but remember when TNA back then, when it had like Hogan and Sting, and
I'll tell you what.
they were all past the best, but they were some of the best live shows I went to see at Nottingham Arena. Was the TNA shows. They were ace.
I was really worried that AEW was going to become the new TNA, where like a lot of the legends who are way past their prime and just looking for an easy paycheck. I was worried they were just going to go to AEW and it's going to be TNA all over again. But luckily, that hasn't happened.
Have you watched AEW? It's literally has
I
been a
haven't
clock.
I haven't seen it a lot recently.
I mean, fucking hell, Matt and Jeff Hardy are still going, and they look
but they can
like
still go though. That's the
no,
problem.
they can't. Jeff Hardy needs to fucking quit.
You got to think though.
They're going to be wheeling him out soon.
He broke his leg and fucking. He's had a career on being addicted to fucking pain meds and shit. He's now clean and sober. Like,
So he thought, you know what? I'll start fucking me back up again by fucking. He did a fucking swanton onto someone on steel steps the other day,
I saw
like a
that.
bell end.
He was against
What a-
Darby Allin, wasn't he? Was it Darby Allin?
just stupid
Darby
stuff.
Allin's another one that takes too many stupid fucking.
I'll watch a bit of AEW. I watch like the main stuff, but a lot of it I just don't care.
Oh my god, best tag team in the world, I reckon.
Ah.
They're so good.
Best tag team was Liv and Rhea, but they've fucking split them up, and I'm disappointed.
How are they the best tag team? What wrestling do
Because-
you watch?
Because fucking Rhea Ripley is a goddess. So
So,
leave that tag team
Tits and
alone.
ass make good wrestling.
Was it the Dudley Boys?
The Dudleys, yeah.
Dudley Boys were great, yeah.
They were the best, yeah.
Whoa. Did you not see Rhea Ripley's costume at Hell in a Cell this weekend?
Yeah, but I don't
did
care
not.
about the costume. I want to see them wrestle. Fucking hell.
Fantastic.
Seriously.
Fantastic. I don't simp for a lot of things, but I simp for Rhea Ripley.
We have,
I have no shame.
There's a girl that, well, I'll say a girl, there's a woman that I used to train with called LA Taylor. My god, she fucking puts Rhea Ripley to shame, and she looks like she's built like a fucking Amazon. And she does all the local circuits around here, man. I'm telling you, fucking, there's so many
I need to
better
go
women
to some
wrestlers
local
than Rhea
wrestling. I
Ripley.
need to go
Rhea
have a
Ripley.
good chuckle at where they're like trying to put each other through tables and failing and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Amazing.
there's a company near me, he's like 30 miles away from me, called Reach Wrestling. They put on some fucking stellar shows, absolutely stellar shows, and there's some good talent there as well. Really good fucking talent, and they get in a lot of the international stars. That's where I used to train. Fucking some great wrestlers out of that place. I prefer the local talent because they know how to wrestle. Like it's not all fucking spots and shit. I don't like that. Anyway, gaming. Let's talk gaming. To be fair, it is 9:30. We should probably wrap it up and call it a night.
Everyone knows our predictions. We've been talking about it for weeks. Like I say, we
Yeah.
discussed this last week as well, and the week before. We just want to see games,
More
and
games.
I like I say though, I feel like a lot of the cool stuff is going to be announced on the other shows as well.
Yeah.
So
We're going
Yeah.
to see
We're gonna see
Mario
GTA 6.
Party 9 day one Game Pass. That's what I heard.
that's it. Yeah. Xbox is buying Nintendo. What are you on about? That's it.
Yeah. It's a little merger. That's what it is. It's a merger.
I'd like to see more acquisitions. I don't think we'll get them because of the Activision thing, but I'd like to see that certain Affinity get acquired at some point.
I don't want to see a Marcus Phoenix collection.
Oh, I know I don't. Out of all the
interest
Xbox past games I'd like to see, that is not one of them. I'd rather see a Banjo collection. I'd rather see anything, literally anything,
really
than
like
a
to
Gears of
see-
War.
I'd like
No
to
one
s-
needs it.
I'd like to see a Fable trilogy
Yes.
remastered.
Oh, that'd be beautiful.
just in time
yes.
for the new one.
They can even stick that crappy first-person one, edit it so you don't need Kinect. You can just use a pad to play it. Throw it in. Throw in that Fable Heroes or whatever it was, where it was like the side-scrolling one, and then
Gold
the pub
Legends
games.
Yeah.
No, Legends is the one that got cancelled that they never brought out. But there was an
yeah.
arcade game called Heroes.
Yeah.
It's a shame Legends never got released because it looked like quite a cool idea. But
You know what? I
Fable.
think that would have worked if they'd have released it now in Game Pass. I think it was just yet again with Xbox ahead of its time.
Didn't need to be cancelled, did it? They could have
No,
kept it around.
I think, like I say, it was just too far ahead of its time. Like Microsoft do that, the whole TV on your console thing. Everyone slated it, the whole digital thing, and now it's common, and everyone doesn't give a shit. But
they had that game.
they
where you-
don't stick with it. Xbox announce it, and then they sort of backpedal instead of sticking to the guns and riding it out.
Yeah, they had that game where you could make games, and it was like, what's the point in this? And then PlayStation's got Dreams or whatever it's called now, and it was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, this is the best thing ever."
Yeah, that was, and that had a Conker character in it, didn't it? You could make Conker games in it.
Yeah.
Very ugly Conker games because the Conker model was dog. Like it was like someone who's tell me you'd never played Conker, but you've been told to make a 3D model of Conker, and that's what you come out with.
Like if you ordered Conker off Wish.
Yeah, and you got like his crackhead cousin.
Coca.
There's
That's
a
it,
Conker
yeah.
game we need to see. Conker's crackhead cousin.
That's it. Yeah,
That could be the name of the game as well.
Yeah.
yeah.
Conker's crackhead cousin.
I'd like to see a Conker sequel. I don't think we ever will because
Nah,
people
ain't
are
gonna happen, too late now.
soft now.
Conker woke edition.
But I do like Conker. It's
No.
quite funny.
Fallout
It's
New
not the
Vegas 2. That's what we need. That's what we need.
Yeah.
Needs to happen.
Nah, no one likes Fallout. It's dead franchise.
Wash your whore mouth out. Everyone loves Fallout.
We might see. No one ever talks about this. Do you not think we'll see Outer Worlds 2 gameplay?
Yeah, maybe.
No, literally, everyone's gone. No one's
I don't-
mentioned this. I've not seen anywhere on anything.
I haven't.
But
I
they
haven't-
announced it at last year's show with a CGI trailer. I
great
think they'll
trailer.
show something this year.
I haven't played the Outer Worlds, but everything I read about it was like it's the bastard child of Fallout, and that's kind of what put me off it. And apparently,
It's basically Fallout, a space Fallout where you do stuff, but it's like a smaller version because
Linear
like they
though,
didn't
innit?
have the budget, so it's not as long, it's not as big, but it's
Yeah.
not a bad game. I'm not one of those. I don't particularly like Fallout. Quite liked Outer Worlds. The dialogue and everything is like Fallout and stuff.
Might
And
have
it
to
looked
check
nice. It needed a bit of tweaking, but I think they patched it later on.
I just want to say we've picked up 2 subscribers from this show, so thank you ever so much. We really appreciate the support. Don't forget
Yes.
to give the video a like if you are watching it. We always try and keep it fun and entertaining here. We don't take gaming too seriously. It's just
We take wrestling seriously though.
We take wrestling seriously. Don't worry.
Fortnite.
We don't take.
Thanks for
fucking
subbing,
Fortnite
Leonidas.
seriously. Yeah, cheers, bro. We appreciate it.
We're losing the thumb again. Whenever he gets excited, his internet drops.
It is. That's what it is.
I've heard that about him. He gets a bit excited and it's over.
Yes, it means a lot. That's why I shag your mums because it takes a while to get going. So.
I didn't. See, the weird thing just happened on mine is that everything that he did went super fast because it was trying to catch up. So he literally sat there and went like really quick, like he's just having a proper flap. That was brilliant, amazing.
Yeah, Discord don't like. I think it's either because it's got bad weather outside, which could be the case. I've got the windows shut and the curtains closed. I don't know. Or Assassin's Creed Origins is still downloading, and that was like 30 gig left
That'll
when I
do
last looked at it. So that's probably raping my internet right now. So that's probably what it is. But yeah,
I was playing something earlier, actually. It just dawned on me. I was playing something. I can't remember what the fuck it's called. It came into Game Pass recently. It's like a roguelite, but for spaceships. It's really bizarre. No, it's not Corvus. It's something else. It kind of like stealth dropped 2 days ago. It's actually quite fun. You got to like control a spaceship, get it through space without losing all your fuel, with the boss also taking care of passengers. It's like a roguelite. And if you die, if the
really
space
colourful cover, haven't they? Like red and green. And
and like there's like really poorly designed characters.
Fimber will know. He was on about it the other day. I can't remember the name of it now. Fimber will know. Don't let us down.
It's a lot of fun. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So definitely check that out if you can remember the name.
There's a lot coming to Game Pass. I want to play. I just never get time. I might go and play after this and play something. So
2 Point Campus, man. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, that looks good.
Can't wait.
Fimber says his net went off, so he needs to know some ship game. Some ship roguelike.
I'll have a quick look. It's not Shipbreaker. It's let me find it.
Red and green type cover thing.
It is called Space Lines This Far. Oh, hang on. Spaceships from This Far Out. Yeah, Space Lines from This Far Out. It's like
I thought that was like Overcooked.
Yeah, it is kind of, but it's a roguelite. You got to make it to the far end of the universe while stopping at different planets to refuel.
That sounds really awkward and annoying to play.
But it's quite fun. And if you run out of fuel, your ship gets abandoned and they have to fucking grab it and bring it back.
I need to do a review for that at some point. It's on my list to play this week, actually, that one. I thought it was like Overcooked. I got excited that I was going to have a fun like multiplayer game with my missus to play, but that sounds really shit.
I'll play co-op with you. I've already played it solo, so we'll get on that.
Yeah, we'll do it one day this week and get recording then, so as I need to get it up soon. So
yeah, no worries. The
fun.
So we've got a few things coming up in the next few weeks. I'm streaming. What am I streaming? I can't remember.
You've got Dysterra
on Thursday. He's gone again. Got that on Thursday. Apparently, I've got to do it an hour later because there's a show on. So that will be at 9 p.m. That's another indie showcase game that I'll be doing. GinnaGaming is bound to be streaming some more Fortnite at 5 a.m. in the morning this week. If you wake up early enough and enjoy looking at the side of his head.
Hey, I've perfected it now. It sits here. you get like this angle.
Ash is going to be streaming some more World War II online tomorrow, I believe. Look at his little face.
It looks like he's seen some stuff, doesn't it?
It does. He's having a really bad flashback. He's thinking about choir when he was in the choir.
Bless him.
I don't know. Bless his little cotton socks.
Body of Christ. Oh. The vicar's grip. That's what he's experiencing right now.
So yeah, we got loads of cool content coming up on the channel, and of course next Sunday we've got the Xbox Bethesda showcase watch-alongs. If you want to come and hang out with us while we're watching that'd be fun.
Now.
Jinna's not going to be there because he's a fucking letdown, but Ash should be there, and so should Fabio, and our good friend V2 Timmy in chat. He'll be there.
And the mass murderer is going to be there, Alucard. So
false Alucard might be there if he's got bail. Slayer's going to be there. Slayer exclusive. He's going to be there. So yeah, basically the old XBL family are going to be back together.
Can I just say to the people in chat, when you see Slayer, he hasn't been on camera for a while. He looks a bit different. Can we not mention the differences? He's very sensitive around it.
He looks fat. Don't worry,
we're all getting a bit fat.
Yeah, we're getting a bit fat, especially you, Jen. I need to lay off the kebabs.
Yeah, fucking hell. Every time we come on this podcast, your wife is like funneling food into your mouth.
Yeah, the thing is, I thought his beard was getting bigger, but it's not. It's his fucking neck.
You're working out, boys. You know, gotta get those calories.
What's been working out? Your jawline.
Fuck me.
Oh, fun times.
So yeah, that pretty much wraps up this episode of XBL Party Podcast UK.
I just wanted to quickly say as well, I'm not being selfish Sunday by not turning up for the show. I have
He
a
is.
tradition
He
with
is.
friends that I'm
Yeah.
honouring.
Because we're not friends, he said.
We're
to
not,
us,
we're
he's
not,
like,
that's what he actually said.
we're
He
not
says,
good enough for
you're
him."
not my friends. I like to hang out with my friends. But I'm
Podcast
not,
acquaintances at most.
not
You
doing
two,
it.
all right? Know your place.
I'm not doing it with you guys. That's what he said to us. And then we said to him, Ginna, what about our viewers? And he was like, fuck the viewers. Because I don't care
Fuck
about
the
the
community.
viewers.
He doesn't care.
Yeah. So,
Fuck the viewers. Fuck Fimber especially.
yeah. He was absolutely
It's
horrid.
fine. We can talk about wrestling without him on
So,
Sunday.
as a result, we ended up having a monetization dispute and he's now getting a less cut. But yeah, thanks to everyone that's tuned in. Tim, Ethan, Leonidas, Stubbs, all you awesome people in chat. I don't know if I've missed anyone, have I?
Meisuko.
Masuko, I'm so sorry, my dude. We'll get you on the show soon.
Yes.
Cheers.
Keep an eye out for next week because we've got another guest next week. I can't remember his name.
Oh, Iluk.
Iluk or something like that.
IGN journalist, is it? Former
Something
IGN
like that.
Something like that.
He's done some stuff. He's followed us for a while on Twitter. And he's added me on Facebook on Xbox a while back. So
yeah, should be
nice
good,
to.
should be a good show.
Could we just call him Hey Luke the whole episode? Hey Luke, what do you think of this?
But yeah, cheers guys.
So professional.
This has been XBL UK. I've been your host, ReddersTV, and we will see you next week. Actually, no, we'll see you Sunday for the showcase. Have a great week. Enjoy your gaming.
I will.
See you in the next one.
Hail Satan.
Hail Satan.
Every time.
Every fucking time.